What we wanted to look at for this project is we've been trying some different things on this 40-acre patch. We don't actually live there. We just background our replacement heifers for the winter on this little chunk. We started out with the entirety of the property, essentially all one contiguous piece. There's a certain point around, it was right at the beginning of the imagery for this project. We actually cross-fenced it and keep them on the south side. We feed on that side, so there's higher manure concentrations on the south side than the north side, and then we actually seeded parts of this entire acreage in 2018, and we were wanting to look and see what the ultimate outcome of that was. What I mostly wanted to look at was, due to the cross-fencing, due to the differing management, basically, on the two different sides of this property line, were our management practices being effective? So this started out in 2010, here's 2012. This is not a great representation because this was another incredibly dry year, and this is still fairly early on in the split fence sort of a deal. I believe this is 2013 or 14. And through these images, you can actually start to see the fence runs right by the buildings and splits the property right along this line. So it's actually interesting that it's a very defined line right along the fence. There's still improvement overall. You can start to see more of this trend develop where you have a longer strip of improved growth through the entirety of the image. Here's 16, again, incredibly dry, and then 18 when things really picked up. The real key was look at the progression of improvement, if there was an improvement being made with feeding, seeding, dragging, etc. There's also been some chemical application for weed control, concentrated on broadleaf weeds. The neat part about all of this is it's a small enough acreage that you can walk every square inch of it, be on the ground with it, and I got double confirmation from my folks that, yeah, I saw it with my own eyes, but they also saw the same things that I was seeing on the ground. That there is a very good strip of growth through this bottom ground. There is snakeweed that grew up here. That's how I confirmed in the 2018 image that is what was going on, is we knew what plant community was there and could confirm it on the ground. And that's what I liked about this project, is it was a small scale start to prove that, at least in this area, because we deal in this area quite a bit, whether we own it or not, that what you see in the image is in fact coinciding with what is on the ground. So you can go forward with confidence. It's actually, I would think, very difficult to simply portray the theory of it without actually making the full circle connection, going in and looking at images and saying, yes, this is what was talked about in class, and I am actually seeing it here. I was a little bit skeptical myself on how effective this was going to be, just because I was ignorant to what it was all about previously. But it's been interesting to look at how closely it correlates with what's actually happening on the ground. And it helps that this image is blown up very, very close so that you can pick out things on a much clearer basis. If you scale it back to, say, analyze 10,000 acres in one block, you're not going to have near the level of resolution that you do blown up close. Yes, this is pixelated, but you can see things a lot more clearly.